All right, guys. Meeting is live stream. One second. All right, if you can hear me, let me know. All right, fantastic. All right, guys, so welcome to the Coffee and Tea Meetup. I am Coach Keva, and I'm going to be your host today. And we are really excited to have you all join us today, or live, or whether you're actually watching on the replay. So if you're watching on the replay, put replay in the comment section below. And I first wanted to give you a little bit of background with myself. I am 43. I got that right. And I have 4 kiddos, ages 23, 20, 14, and 11. And I'm married for 13 years, guys. I am a weight loss accountability coach, and I help clients fast track their weight loss transformation, meaning that we work on mindset, we work on nutrition, we work on moving your body, and we work on like just being in community. So it's not all about weight loss, but essentially that was the mission for me. Like I wanted to know, like, how can I lose this weight? Like, how can I just feel better? Because I was at a point in my life, I didn't like how I looked at my clothes. I was like, maybe I got to stand one way so I can get a better angle so I can look better in my clothes, right? But all along, guys, it was just my mindset, right? I had a poor mindset. I didn't believe that I could achieve the goal, right? I didn't believe that I had what it took to accomplish my goals. And I was always comparing myself to other people, and I was listening to the media. The media will tell you that it's okay for you to go to IHOP, right, and get those all-you-can-eat pancakes. If you can relate to that, put a 1 in the chat. If you've seen those commercials and they're telling you, you know what, go get those all-you-can-eat pancakes. Better yet, why don't you go to Red Robin, right? We all know where Red Robin is, the burger place where you can get unlimited French fries. So I was, had all that in my ear, and I knew my wellness goal was to release the weight after having 4 kids, being 196 pounds. My goal at the time was 130 pounds. And, or was it was around that. But I'm happy to say, 4 years later, I'm actually able to say I reached that goal, even in the part of the pandemic. And I want you to know that if I did it, you can totally do it too. We are no different than you. And then we'll put the link down below on how you can join us on a journey. But first, I want the co-host to share his story real quickly, and then we'll hop into the segment of our coffee and tea meetup. But first, guys, make sure that you have your coffee. I have coffee today mixed with what is it? I have heavy whipping cream. Let's go. All right. You are up next, Coach.
Good evening, everybody. I'm Coach Lee. So a little bit of my story. I started at 309 pounds. I dropped down to about 278, 280 pounds. I started working on myself. Let me stop saying I'm sorry, I'm driving. I was doing everything my way. My wife, my coach, was trying to inform me of other ways to do, but I had a fixed mindset, so I wasn't paying attention to what she was saying. I'm thinking like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do what I do. You do what you do. But eventually, I listened to her. I started doing what she was doing. I stopped eating out of a bag, which I stopped eating fast food, McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger
Roll
King,
Farms,
Texas Roadhouse rolls that are so really, really good. Pizza, spaghetti, all that stuff. Now we eat whole nutritious food, man. Chicken, steak. I like steak. I love steak, salmon, all that stuff. We don't use any bad oils to cook in. We use olive oil or grass-fed butter. So I started doing that, and I went from 280 to about 250. right? Then my wife leaves to go out of town for work, and I start off. I get off track. I start going to eat ice cream. Started eating pizza again. Going, my brother's like, "Hey, let's do this, let's do that," and I got back up to 289 pounds. And my wife sent me a message, "Hey, you're not taking care of yourself." She was looking at me on the ring camera.
Not
I'm like,
exactly.
yes. She was like, "Your stomach's getting big." So I had about 30 days before she got home. It was our son's birthday.
What day
And
is that? Sorry to
got
cut you
pizza.
off.
Yeah, September 24th. You always cut me off.
Because
Relax.
I need you to tell your story. It was almost a
Right.
year from today. Let's go.
Yeah, September 24th. We got pizza that day. And I was like, I looked at the picture. I was like, yeah, my stomach's getting big. I'm tripping. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna eat this pizza, all 8 pieces. I crushed it. And then that next day I went hard, guys, and I lost 30 pounds in 30 days.
Let's go.
It's not easy, but it's not impossible. You just gotta have that mindset and believe in yourself, and trust me, it'll work. And I went to work and I did it. I'm currently at 236 pounds, and I have a goal to reach 215, which I'm gonna reach by January 11th. So let's go.
And that's your birthday. Yes. And if you're joining us right now on replay or live, just put that in the comments below. And I want to hear from you. Like, have you ever knew you wanted to make a decision, but then you were hearing voices and naysayers saying, "Oh, wait next week." No, eat the ice cream. Matter of fact, I'll walk with you down the street to that ice cream parlor down the street. Get the ice cream, and then you can start your journey next week. If you can relate to that, put a 2 in the chat, because that was Lee. And he told you that. So Lee, one more thing. Can you just talk about how your body felt when you were not in your best version of your overall wellness? How did it feel in your overall body?
Oh, I had lower back pain. I couldn't stand up and wash dishes for longer than 15 minutes without my back hurt. I had knee pains. My knees would hurt. I couldn't run that long. I couldn't play sports that long. Now I have none of that stuff. I had bad heartburn. I had a hiatal hernia. I went to a doctor and he was like, "Hey, you're either gonna have to get surgery or you're gonna have to lose some weight." And bam, I was like, let me lose this weight so I don't have to have surgery. Now I don't have none of those problems. And now I can do whatever. I beat the kids in sports.
Oh
Whatever,
my gosh. Let me just say this one thing, Lee. Coach Lee, I remember when you used to snore and it would be so annoying. Sorry. I'm like, oh my goodness. But I'm happy to say I don't have to be like, hey, you too loud. So that is definitely an accomplishment. Would you agree with that, Lee? Like, your snoring has disappeared.
Oh yeah. I don't snore it like I used to. I snore sometimes. Sometimes. Like Kristen be like, "Dad, you were snoring." If I'm snoring, that means I was tired. I don't snore like I used to snore though.
That's a different kind of snoring, exactly.
Because Coach Keva said that the pictures just fall off the wall.
What? I'm done. So, well, thank you for sharing, Coach Lee. Really appreciate your story and just sharing with the community, because I do believe our story will, inspire, but not only inspire, allow that individual to take action, and they don't have to do it alone. And so we'll put the link down below later how you can join us. It's so easy and so much better when you are in community, because when you do it alone, it just does not work. But without further ado, we're going to hop into a segment, which is how to navigate school-age children with food allergies. And so let me introduce the very special guest today, the brilliant young lady who is 11 years old, who is in 6th grade and homeschool. Let's go. She's the best shake master. And she's an up and becoming actress. The very own Coach Kristen Lee is going to share her story today on how she's been able to navigate having food allergies as a child. So you can unmute, Kristen Lee, and tell your story.
Okay. Hi, I'm Kristen Lee, and I'm going to be sharing my story of how my nutrition life started. So it all started when I was probably in kindergarten, I think. And my mom had some trail mix, and I wanted to have some too. So she let me have some, but then moments later, there was a bump on my lip, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And I told my mom, and then she was like, "Don't worry about it." But then it started getting bigger and bigger again. So she took me to urgent care. And while we were on the way there, I threw up in the car because I was having an allergic reaction and I didn't know what was going on. And so when we did get to urgent care, I think they gave me like a nebulizer or like something to like
EpiPen.
an EpiPen. Oh.
Yep.
And then they sent me to the ER, and then they actually gave me like an EpiPen I can use at any time, which I actually have a trainer one. I'm going to be showing you guys how I use it later. So yeah. Now with my nutrition, for my food allergies, I would say I mostly limit my carbs and my fruit and my vegetables. For my meat and for my protein, I eat highly protein meats, which is like steak, chicken, turkey, beef. I would also have fish, um, a bunch of that. And then for the carbs, I would say limited on some homemade French fries that my dad can get some fresh potatoes from the store,
Right.
put them in the air fryer with salt and pepper, and put some olive oil on it, and then it's good with some ketchup. So that's how I would have it if it was a burger with ketchup and fries, homemade fries. Yeah,
Can I ask you
and
a question? Sorry. So can I first ask you a question? I'm sure the audience wants to know. Do you know or can you list some of your food allergies that you know based on your last test that you had about a year ago at the allergist?
yeah, let me see.
Just the ones that you know, only the ones you know.
So the ones that I can remember is peanuts, of course. I'm trying to think because it's been a minute since I've had my allergy test.
Well, that's your major one is like peanuts and tree nuts, right?
Yeah,
So what is do you know some of your brother's allergies that he has? Food
uh,
allergies? What's his
yeah,
major one?
tree nuts. A
And exactly. Right. And what happens if you eat those foods that you have a severe allergic reaction to? What happens?
so for my brother, if it was me, for my brother, his throat would start probably tightening up, feeling like he can't breathe or something like that. I think, or some other symptoms. For me, probably the same thing. My stomach might hurt, might throw up. Like symptoms like that.
Right.
Um,
And did you want to share a story, a real quick story? Don't even go and when I was like, hey Kristen, take this vitamin that I got from Target. And it was coated. I never thought about it. It was coated. I just said, hey, take this vitamin. It's like vitamins, right? But it was from Target and it was coated. Can you just tell a little short story about that quick story? And then we'll get into some more questions about how what you're eating now versus what you ate before. And are there any foods that you absolutely miss? And then what are some foods you eat now for fun?
Okay. So starting off is the gummies. So they were gummies, like vitamin gummies, and she got them from Target. And so I said I didn't want to take them because I had allergies. And I was like, I don't want to take this, but if I had allergic reaction, and you know what happens. So she made me take it, and a few minutes later, like 3 seconds, my throat starts to tighten. And that's when she started worrying. So she got the EpiPen and put the EpiPen.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. But I wanted you to tell that story only because like no longer do I make my kiddos eat certain things they don't want to. I let them listen to their body because they know how to read their own body. And so I got that vitamin from the Target. Never had a problem before with my other kids, but in fact, Coach Kristen Lee had an issue with that. So No longer do we do that. But the good news is what, Kristen? What do you drink now to get your vitamins, your minerals, and your protein in? What do you love right now?
A protein shake.
And what brand is that by?
Herbalife nutrition.
And what do you love about it? First of all, it doesn't have what in it?
It doesn't have peanuts, tree nuts, eggs.
Soy, wheat. Right. And you like it, right? What do you like about it? And how can you add things to it to make it your very own?
What I like about it is that it's something I can have other than water, because I drink Sprite that much or Coke or soda. I
Wait.
don't like it.
Sorry about that. You only drink water. Okay, sorry, go ahead.
So we only mostly drink water. Sprite for special occasions. If it's like, like a wedding or like birthday party, something like that. Just like half, she says.
Because you don't need all that sugar, right? That's a treat. Right. So you love your Herbalife products, right? And you've been drinking for the past what, like 3-4 years, like me, right?
Yeah, probably since first grade.
Yeah, it's been a minute. All right. And so now, thank you for sharing that. Now I want you to wait, you didn't share what you add into it to make it your favorite like dessert slash protein tab in a shake. What do you
Yeah.
add to it?
What I add to it is some caramel, chocolate syrup, Hershey chocolate syrup. Yes.
But it's sugar free. Don't forget that sugar free.
Yes, and some Oreos. Crush up the Oreos, put them in the shake. So yeah, and then I will layer it on top. Yes, sometimes I will make the shakes.
Right. And where can they find you on Wednesdays if they're in the Maryland area? Tell them where.
Rise Up Nutrition.
In Laurel, Maryland, guys. She's behind the bar helping out on Wednesdays. And so you can check her out there. She can show you how she's a great shake master. All right. So moving on, it could be a very limited time, but I want you to share with the community. But by the way, if you're joining now live or replay, let us know how many of you all have kids with food allergies. And if you do, what is your kid's food allergy? Put that below and we can connect and share more stories and more strategies. All right, Coach Kristen Lee, can you just share with us, can you answer the question? Is there any food that you miss now because you had to change your lifestyle from what you were eating before? Like share what you were eating before and like, do you miss that food like right now? Share that with the community.
Okay. So what I was eating before was McDonald's, Panda Express, a lot of Chick-fil-A, a lot of Chipotle, which I limit now, but I do eat Chipotle and Chick-fil-A. I was eating but I do eat Subway still. I had pizza. I still eat a little bit of pizza if it's like a special treat, or like if it's like Thursday or Friday or on the weekend, I'll probably get that.
But where do you get it from? Because you can't eat any pizza. You can't eat Pizza Hut. You can't eat Domino's. But where do you get it from?
I get it either from Mod Pizza, which I haven't been eating,
Mod Pizza? Yeah.
or Blaze Pizza, which I have been going to for a long time. And first I started out eating the regular dough, which is like the regular one. And then I started to get another kind, which is I forgot what it's called. Dad knows what it's called. Dad, do you know what it's called? If you do, type it in the chat, please, because I don't remember.
He can't type in the chat, but he can say verbally. Do you know, Lee?
Do I know what?
The kind of dough or pizza crust that Kristen eats at Blade's Pizza now.
The vegan one.
Okay, vegan. I'm not vegan, by the way. I eat meat.
Okay. All right. So what do you get on top of your pizza when you typically eat out, sweetie?
I just get cheese. American cheese.
Well, what don't you get vegetables and
Well, yeah, I get cheese. I get pepperoni, which is the meat. I also get banana peppers. Yeah. And then spinach.
yeah.
I like a bunch of stuff in my pizza because it just overloads and like too many things in your mouth. It's a pizza. Relax.
Okay. And so what food were you eating before when you were much younger? Can you just name a few things like some cereals? Like we used to buy everything that was totally not good for us. I'll keep it like that.
I
And
didn't
it's
like
sick.
I didn't really eat that much cereal unless it was like Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Oh my God.
Exactly. Right. And what else did you eat, sweetie?
A little bit of Lucky Charms, and I would say Cheerios. I don't really
Okay.
like the cereals as much as I like that.
Is there
But
anything that you miss from eating before?
sometimes I'll miss like Panda Express.
Really? What about
Yeah.
it?
It tasted good.
Well, Daggett made that at home. He made you fried rice the other night. It was brown fried rice and it was cooked in olive oil and you loved it.
It was white rice, and then he boiled it, and then he soaked it in olive oil.
He
It was
browned it, right? So don't you love that? That's healthier than Panda
Yeah.
Express.
just a little bit of meat, so it can be like Japanese steakhouse, you know.
But I understand. I can definitely relate because I have not eaten Panda Express in years.
Girl, didn't I chop up and put some salmon in that thing for you? You had some
Yeah.
salmon fried rice. What you talking about?
Yes, he makes rice, but limited. He makes rice, fried rice, but we have small portions of it. Yeah, small portions of it. Like,
Okay, and but do
I
you
have
miss any of the food? Sorry.
any other food? No, not really.
And what kind of like desserts do you have? You only eat very limited, but which desserts do you love making that brings you so much happiness?
So what I like eating for desserts are these gluten-free cookies and Breyers ice cream. So Breyers is an ice cream brand that me and my brother can eat because it doesn't have any soy, wheat, eggs. Yeah, and my brother also had an ice cream incident about like 2 years ago, I think. But
Exactly.
yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. It was because of eggs, ice cream. But for the cookies, I get them from Whole Foods. Whole Foods, yes. And they're really good. They're low in sugar, low in carbs, low in ingredients, and they are really delicious. They're chocolate chip cookies, and I like to put them in my Breyers ice cream, which I can put sugar-free Hershey syrup with some Oreos, and then I put my cookies in there. So it can be like a dessert. It could be at night or in the evening, and don't like it just tastes so good.
And how many ingredients are in the Hershey? I mean, that are in the Breyers ice cream? And what
Like-
do you know? Do you know the name of the ice cream that you guys actually eat from Breyers?
So the ice cream that we eat from Breyers is, Breyers and then natural vanilla.
Right. So if you're just joining us right now, guys, comment below and let us know, do you like ice cream? And have you tried Breyers ice cream? But not just any Breyers ice cream, natural. What is it, Kristen? Natural what?
Vanilla.
Yes, only like 3 to 4 ingredients. It is amazing. If an 11-year-old loves it and a 14-year-old loves it, you're gonna love it too.
Yes, like Nick eats like the whole thing in like a day.
Well, I think you eat a lot too, young lady. But it's okay because you do drink a lot of water. Okay. And now let us know, what is your favorite food that dad cooks, because he is the chef of the house. You know me, I cook about 2 or 3 things. Hello.
So my favorite thing that he cooks would have to be, there's a lot of options. I can't pick. There's
Just say like one and then say what you're tired of eating.
I already know. So hot wings.
Oh, you want that tonight for dinner, right? So that looks like getting some organic wings from the market and then putting them in the air fryer or whatever he does. I really don't know because I don't cook it that much.
Regular. And one thing I'm tired of eating is burgers. Burgers. I'm tired of it. Eat it every day.
Hey, we like to keep things simple. I told this young lady, if you're hungry, you're gonna eat it. And if you don't eat it, you're not hungry. It's just a simple. Have your mom ever told you that? My mom would tell me, if you're hungry, you're gonna eat it. If you don't eat it, you're not hungry. So, we try to be as creative as possible. And we do the best we can, right, Lee?
mean, the burgers and onions is good, but like, okay, I'm tired of burgers. Let me do like, I don't know, like salmon.
Hey, if you hungry, you gonna eat it.
I don't want another one.
All right.
Hey, at least you have a turkey burger, then you have a beef burger. At least you switching up the meat.
We
Yeah.
used to give you tacos, but now we went to Walmart and they don't have that taco anymore. Now the tacos have like wheat, soy in there and things that you cannot eat. So we're gonna have to find you some alternatives. But the good thing about it, there is hope. You can eat some tortilla chips that are organic, right?
Yep. I have one last thing, you guys. I'm gonna show you how to use an EpiPen. By the way, this is a trainer. Look, trainer.
Yeah, lean in so that the flash from the back won't like block out the demonstration. So now Coach recently is going to give you a demonstration. She jumped around the conversation, but we're going to give you a live demonstration on how to use an EpiPen. You have to scoot in, sweetie. We can't see you.
Okay, so this is the trainer. So first, you're gonna take off the lid and you're gonna hold it like this, and you're gonna take your leg and you're gonna like put it into your thigh. But if you don't hear it click, it didn't go in. Good. It has to have that click, and it should look like this when it comes out. And there should be a needle right here.
Thank you for that demonstration. And before we close out with your segment, is there any well, first of all, do you eat all night?
No,
And why can't you eat all night?
because if I do eat at night, my stomach will probably hurt. I'll probably get a headache. But if I have to eat out like late, it will probably be as late as it is like 10:30.
And that's
Because
late.
I have martial arts and Dad tries to cook before, but doesn't end up cooking it all the way to the end because he has martial arts. So we have to eat after, and the class doesn't end till 9:15. So we have to
Okay.
go back and then we have to eat. So probably I would say as late as 10:30. That's probably as late as
So great. Thank you for sharing. So if you're tuning in, guys, we teach our family, our kiddos too, not to eat all night. It's so beneficial. We just don't need to be eating all night. We usually cut our eating off at least 2 to 3 hours before we go to bed, because if we do not, we don't give our body enough time to digest the food. So I took this on. My husband took it on. Now Coach Kristen Lee's taking it on. We're working on Nick and the older 2 adults to take that on. But my 20-year-old, his eating patterns are different. So I'm excited about that. So, when you start it for your family, it will trickle down and everyone will join you on your journey. Last question, Kristen Lee. Do you remember when I first started my journey? Do you remember, I have a video of us working out outside. I'll find it to post. Do you remember that? And what are your thoughts about me right now?
So I have a YouTube channel. It's Kristen Lee in all caps.
Oh my gosh.
My content is a little bit different than it was before. So yeah, but I do have a video of us working out on YouTube. So if you guys want to check that out, go to my YouTube. Kristen Lee.
This is about healthy, active lifestyle. I asked you, do you remember having a video with me? When I first started my journey, do you remember working out with me? And what are your thoughts, going as a family to boot camp? I never asked you this before, but what are your thoughts about us going together, on Sundays, just working out as a family? How does that make you feel? Do you enjoy it? Let me know.
Yeah, so sometimes I'm like, yeah, I'm excited to go. Let's do this. I'm pumped up. But sometimes I'm like, I'm tired. I got to do this. Okay, let's just go for it.
So
But
you just
that's if I'm feeling okay, I'm tired, I'll probably be low energy. But if I'm if I had a good night's sleep, I'll be
I'm done. Okay, so you have high energy. Okay, so how do you feel? So the moments when you don't feel like showing up for yourself because you say you're tired, the same excuse, I don't feel I don't want to go. But when you actually show up for yourself, how do you feel after the workout? When you gave it 100%, you showed out, how do you feel afterwards?
I can't wait to earn my shake.
So you feel, but like, how you feel great? You feel like, oh, I shouldn't have did it? Like, let me know.
Oh, I feel like yes, I'm gaining muscle. Let's go.
You're getting your what?
Gaining muscle.
Oh, muscle, right. Okay. And for me to ask the next question. So what is one wellness goal that you have? I think you already said it, but I want to hear from you. Like, what is one wellness goal that you want to take on for the next 30 days or however long?
Let's see. I would say my health goal, it could be like anything like fitness, right? Too.
Yeah, like you said, gain muscle. Is that like do push-ups? Like what did you write on our homeschool paper? Like, what is your goal as far as fitness? Or you can make it up right now. You can make a decision like right now.
Well, I have many. Like I have like a top three. I would say I'm gonna like do top three. So
All right.
three, I would say gaining muscle so I can walk the dogs because Xena the King Corso is very, very strong and I can't walk her anymore. But there is no cars around, no bikes around, no school buses around. So yeah, I could probably let her go. And my second accomplishment will have to be, I would say gaining more muscle, so I can like, do pull-ups, get better at push-ups and stuff like that. And for number one, I would say
That was
practicing.
like three. Go ahead.
Number one about to be practicing my martial arts so I can get green stripe and then my green belt because I really do want to get my black belt. But who knows? We may move before. But for now,
Anyways, so let me just cut her off. But no, you can definitely do that in the house. Dad can help you out. Dad purchased the little kick thing, whatever you want to call it, bean bag. I don't know what you call it. You can do it here at the house to get extra fitness in. But do you have any last comments? Do you have any recommendations or just suggestions to moms or dads who have kids with food allergies? Like for me, I would say just figure out what your kids love and just find an alternative to it. Because you still can find happiness in your food choices with food allergies, right? Would you agree?
yeah. So what I say to all the moms and dads out there who have kids who have food allergies or like grandkids, nieces,
We
and
get the point.
yeah. So, I would say, if your kid says they don't want to eat the food, don't give them the food. And also, I recommend that just find like my mom said, find alternatives and just try to feed them food that's like all like as close as you can get to fast food or like regular food they used to eat.
So what I hear you say is that moms and dads find out what your kids love and try to cook it as close as you can get it to like Chick-fil-A or whatever, right? Healthier version, right?
Yep, and use healthy oils. So use olive oil. Do not use vegetable oil. Do not use coconut oil. Do not use that because it made my stomach.
Well, you can't have coconut. So they can use coconut with no allergy, but it's vegetable oil, corn oil, and seed oil that dad was cooking in and I was cooking in too, that literally was making all of us sick, but more so you sick, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we thank you so much for joining us today. I know you're busy as a sixth grader. It's kind of hard to get you to come on here, but we really appreciate you. We admire you. And yeah, like you aren't the average sixth grader, right? So we really appreciate you for joining us today. So guys, thank you for joining. I forgot Kristen Lee to answer one question, but we'll have her back on. She can answer the question next time. But thank you for joining. We'll put the link down below on how you can join us because as you can see, when you have community, it is a game changer. But when you do it alone, it doesn't always work out, right? So why do that? Right? We have the blueprint you need. We know the process. We have a system. And so we want you to experience that. Lee, you have any final words?
Nope. Let's go.
You forgot to say it, Lee.
Let's say what?
Click the link.
Oh yeah, just click the link in the bottom. You know,
Exactly.
let's get fit and sexy. You know, you be dressed up. You know, look, you see, look, I got a tie on, got a dress. You know what I'm saying? Looking
I'm
good.
done. I'm done. And then lastly, guys, just like I want you to put in the comment section below, what is your birthday wellness goal, fitness goal? Like put it below. You know, when you say it out loud and you share it, you're more likely to accomplish that. So my goal for my 44th birthday, coming up October 24th, is to release at least 5 pounds of hip fat, right? To run a mile within 11 minutes. And I am going to get to the track. I'll take pictures soon at the track because my husband, Coach Lee, is going to do it for me. But just set a goal, guys, and then go after it. Max out. Lee, what's your goal? Oh, you already said it earlier. Just say it again for people who joined last on the replay. Your birthday goal.
To get down to 215 pounds.
Let's go. That's all.
All right, I have one more. I have one last
That's
thing.
it.
Okay, go, Coach Kristen Lee. What do you got for us, young lady?
People say I have the maturity of a 13-year-old. I have more maturity than me. And
What? Okay, this show
Anyway,
has got to end.
guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the second episode of this podcast. But Nick will be here next.
Wait.
I know that Nick will be here next week for this podcast.
Crazy hair and all, guys. This girl is like definitely, yeah, a star. All right, bye, guys.
Bye.
You would not believe this.
What?